All right, I'm here at the Prosper Show in 2023. We're going to go around the show floor now and ask sellers, providers, anyone that we see to give us one word to describe the current state of e-commerce in 2023. Let's see what people say. One question, just one question. One word to describe e-commerce in its current state in 2023. What do you think?
Challenging. 2-3 years ago, you used to ship anything you want to Amazon without any limits. So Amazon keeps updating their inventory limits. There are new rules now. If you want to ship something, you can actually have a system of like bidding. So it's actually more challenging. So I think inventory management is like one of the biggest challenges right now.
How long have you been a seller?
About 5 years.
One word to describe e-commerce. What do you think?
Roller coaster. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of changes, macro changes. We were hit with the supply chain disruptions last year. And then obviously Amazon fees increasing earlier this year and over the last year as well. And, you just have to constantly be nimble and figure out how to be the best seller with all the challenges that you face at the same time.
Okay, one word to describe. What? One word to describe e-commerce from a random person. Random, no affiliation.
Booming, baby.
Booming, baby. That's 2 words.
No, it's one word.
Oh, it's connected together.
Hyphenated.
Okay. Why booming, baby?
I mean, dude, just look around, man. Like, it's been nothing but
booming.
Nothing but booming.
Okay, I'm here with Paul. Just one word to describe e-commerce right now in its current state in 2023.
Influx. It's fluctuating. It's in a state of flux. The aggregator, like the whole aggregator boom was insane, right? Their proposition was, we're smarter than you, and so we're going to buy your business and run it better. Brands stop growing. Aggregators lose all this money. I just have an issue with arrogant people. You can't just come in with no experience and do a better job just because you may have operational experience. I'm going to go with the word that came to mind first, which was wonderful. I don't know, it's an exciting industry right now. We're here at Prosper. Everyone's so nice and so friendly. Everyone wants everyone else to succeed. And I think that's what makes it so wonderful. We're all here to help everybody out.
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
Fees, because that's where Amazon makes the money.
Network.
Network? Why is that?
Because I honestly think that without a proper network, it's so hard to win at this game nowadays because of the fees and all the other challenges that you face.
Professional, because I believe e-commerce is evolving to a stage where we need the most professional sellers that perform in the most efficient way, because that's the only way that they will be able to move forward.
Mature. Why mature? Why did that come to mind?
There are a lot of service providers now. There's a lot of help in almost every area they can imagine. When back then it was like a few that you can name on your hand,
Yep.
And I don't know if it's because I'm out of it, but I see a lot less small new sellers and a lot more established sellers.
Everyone has a lot of inventory.
That's more than one word. Okay, inventory. So wait, describe that.
One thing that we're seeing a lot of is just people doing deep discounts, right? Which trying to get rid of it and all that stuff. I do think that, especially with the Silicon Valley Bank going down, and if we see a lot more bank failures and we get into more of a deeper recession where the consumers start buying less, it's going to be a real problem.
You've been on the show floor talking with a lot of sellers, so you have a really good perspective on this. So what do you think? It could be about anything. There's no wrong answer. One word, e-commerce in 2023.
Exponential.
Describe that to me.
Because AI it's going to speed everything up. So I think that the development of AI is really going to change the trajectory for a lot of sellers if they can learn how to prompt engineer and use it to their advantage, for sure.
Dynamic. I think that there's a lot of ways that e-commerce could go right now. We're seeing a lot of new industry things like AI coming out, which could affect it, but it also maybe could, I don't want to say hurt it, but it could go a lot of different directions. That's why I'm using the word dynamic.
You're our word guy. One word to describe e-commerce right now. There are a lot of words out there. Many words. A whole dictionary of them, actually.
I think I've got it. Primed.
Primed. Describe that to me. What?
So for me, it's primed for growth. It's primed for new innovations. It's primed for just kind of the next wave of everything. I think we're going to see a lot of changes, especially with AI. So that was another little takeaway. It's just like with all of these new ideas and just the fact that everybody is realizing the old ways aren't working as well as they should, we're going to see a lot of innovation and just kind of like people breaking the molds. So I think it's primed for a lot of growth.
The stage is set. I think you're right on the money there. There have been a lot of things like the old season of ecom is over. There are a lot of new things happening. Technology, AI, omnichannel is a big part of that. Yep. Evan, thank you for your input.
I got shiny objects. That's what I'm going with. Yeah.
That is a very interesting concept. Break that down for me. Why shiny objects?
So I think that in general, we're just in a really complex time right now. There's different things going on in the economy. And I think when things get a little bit tighter, it's almost easier to kind of be attracted by those quick wins and those sort of too good to be true kind of tools and ideas, the rise of ChatGPT, which not to say that that's not something that's incredibly valuable and has massive potential, but I think the way that people are interacting with that, oh, this can do everything and better than any human, and really it's about how can humans utilize these tools to be able to supercharge aspects of what they're doing, and then where can humans also direct more of their energies to do what they're really good at.
A lot of interesting responses from a lot of people, from a lot of sellers, a lot of providers. Seems like general theme is up and down. A lot of people are experiencing a lot of up and downs. I think the broad word here is change. I think sellers are experiencing a lot of change. I think we're at a really interesting influx point, really interesting catalyst point for e-commerce. There are a lot of things changing, like technology, artificial intelligence, and omnichannel. Those are key points, key catalysts to push e-commerce into the future. And I think a lot of sellers are experiencing some pressure and some pain going through these periods of growth and periods of change. So I think we're at a really big influx point, really big change point, really big catalyst for the industry in general. If you're watching and you're a seller, just know that there's a lot of really good opportunity still in the market. So just because it's tough doesn't mean it can't be good. Thanks again for joining. We'll see you next time.